Welcome to my desk. Today I'm going to be drawing cats. Okay, so I've picked out a few different types of cats. And I was thinking for a minute about just doing like big cats or something like that, but I just didn't want that limitation. So I just I just picked out some of my favorite types of cats. And I'm gonna start with just the plain old domesticated house cat. And I'm not sure exactly which breed of cat this one is. Is it a tabby? Is that what it is? Tabby. I think maybe. But it's cute. I just thought this picture was cute. And of course, cats are domesticated by humans. But in spite of that fact that they've been domesticated for like thousands of years, the cat has remained like largely unchanged by its domestication. It's still more or less how it was before humans got involved. As opposed to how much dogs have changed from their starting point. And I've heard people say like cats are like the perfect survival machine. Like they're just designed perfectly. Their senses, their sense of balance, like everything about them is optimized. Which, I mean, I'm sure that's true, but who am I to say? I don't know. I do like cats. I would say I lean slightly more towards dogs in general. But I think they're both cute. They both have cool stuff about them, And what else do I know? Oh yeah, they're super good at communicating like with humans specifically. Dogs are known to have like up to 10 different sounds that they can make. Whereas cats can make up to like 300 vocalizations, or like maybe it's just 100. But yeah, they can speak, and I've seen videos of like cats having accents that they can, they sound like more like the humans in wherever part of the world they are, which is crazy, to think about. But I've seen videos and I believe it. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, they can see really good at night. They can hear everything. They're just, really, really impressive. Okay, so that's the house cat. And the next type of cat that I'm going to draw is like a wild cat, and it's the serval. The serval. The serval is an interesting cat for many reasons, but it is also like record breaking for like some of its dimensions. Like it's got the longest legs and ears relative to its body of any other type of cat. Which, you know, you can kind of see from looking at this picture. They're super long and skinny, and they've got big ears. And they are native to Africa. But they also have been like semi-domesticated. Some people do have them as pets. And they are more or less similar enough to domesticated cats that they're able to breed. In fact, the Savannah cat is a cross between a serval and a domesticated cat. And the first Savannah cat was bred like relatively recently, in the 80s, I think. I think I read it was 1987 that the first Savannah cat was bred. And there is like people, you know, anecdotal evidence that they are like more or less personality-wise a cross between a normal cat and a serval, but like specifically that it's more tame, but also has more like dog-like characteristics. It will follow its owner or its human around like a dog, you know, the way a dog does. And jump and, you know, do kind of dog playful activities. And the serval, the wild serval, it stands out also from other cats in specific ways. Like it's one of the few cats that we know of that actually has been recorded enjoying swimming. I mean, I think most people know that cats are sort of famous for not liking the water. But servals have been recorded like swimming and playing in shallow waters in like the savannas of Africa, which, you know, that's really cute, you know, that they like that. And they've got these like sort of orangey, yellowish coats, similar to a cheetah with the spots and stuff, you know. But yeah, definitely a cool cat. I wouldn't get one for myself. Like I wouldn't have one as a pet, obviously, but some people do. Okay, so yeah, that is the serval. Alright, let's see. Okay, so the next cat that I'm going to draw today is the Black Panther. The Black Panther. The Black Panther. guess the first thing I should mention about the Black Panther is that it is not its own separate species. So, a Black Panther is actually just a variant of a leopard or also a jaguar. So, in the Americas, the Black Panther is a melanated jaguar. And in other parts of the world, they are actually leopards. And one interesting thing about Black Panthers that I didn't know until today is that they actually still have the typical spots of like a leopard and a jaguar. You just can't really see them because it's really dark. And it's not particularly rare at all. So these aren't like some mutation that appeared and people started to focus more attention on. They just, they exist pretty commonly. And let's see what else. They're very good hunters. Well, all cats are, but they're especially good hunters. And they're very good tree climbers. They're the best at tree climbing than any other cat. They've been recorded taking their food after it's caught up into trees to eat it, dragging it like up the tree, which it's pretty gruesome. But they're also, they use their color to their advantage when they're hunting. They hide, in the dark, and it's good camouflage for them. And because it's just mainly black, especially in this picture, I'm just going to try to add some darker areas to add, some dimension and just give the indication of, differences in the, in the muscles and stuff. But it is kind of hard, honestly, to depict a darker animal like this, but hopefully you don't judge me too harshly. And the Black Panther obviously has a lot of cultural significance as well. I think in certain cultures they were used as sacrifices to the gods, because there was the belief that the gods would wear their fur as adornments or whatever. And then obviously in the United States, during the Civil Rights Movement, there was a group called the Black Panthers. And then more recently we have Marvel, Black Panther. But okay, so that is the Black Panther. And let's see. I think I'm gonna do only one more today. And maybe I'll do part 2, because there was actually a lot that I wanted to do, but I just decided not today. But today I'm gonna draw the cheetah. And everybody loves cheetahs. Or maybe that's just my own bias, because I really love cheetahs. I think they're really cute. And obviously the most famous fact about cheetahs is that they are the fastest cat. They can run faster than any other cat in terms of speed, but they can only do it for a short they don't have a lot of stamina in terms of maintaining the speed. And they're very slender and, graceful, aquiline kind of silhouette. And one kind of interesting thing is that they were very near extinction. I think maybe in the 70s or maybe earlier. I'm actually trying to remember this from a long time ago, but what happened with the cheetah is that the population shrunk like a crazy amount, really fast, and then it was built back up. But the problem is that now cheetahs have like a very small amount of genetic diversity, because they had to mate with, a very small population of cheetahs in order to build back the population up. And as a result, kind of all cheetahs are like cousins. Or they just have like a lot of similarities, So the worry is that that any kind of like pandemic or anything like that could wipe them all out because of the lack of genetic diversity. That if there is a weakness in their DNA, it can be exploited by a virus or something like that, So, hopefully that doesn't happen. But, yeah, it is something that scientists are worried about. And they're very solitary creatures. They don't like to really socialize. In fact, there's a lot of cute stories about cheetahs in like habitats and zoos and stuff, because they are so antisocial. They have trouble getting them to mate, in captivity. So a lot of times cheetahs will be given a companion, a dog, because dogs are like the most sociable animals. So the dog kind of teaches them how to be friendly, which I think is really cute. Okay, so that was the cheetah, and that was the last one today. So, well, I hope you like this one. Let me know in the comments what you think of cats, and I will see you in the next one.